With the new Disney Snow White live action coming out soon next year, I decided I think it would be a great opportunity to revisit some of the previous Snow White films, the live action ones. And the first one that came to my mind was this one, Snow White and the Huntsman. Okay, this is not a direct live action remake to a Disney film. This Snow White is more of a retelling of the original source material of Snow White. But still, it's a Snow White film, so I decided it would be interesting to look at that film. So let's talk about the good and the bad of this Snow White film. So let's talk about the things that I liked first. First and foremost, there's no way you cannot talk about the cinematography when it comes to this film. The cinematography in this film is absolutely stunning, man. It's beautiful. Almost every single shot feels very cinematic. It looks like they actually put in a lot of money, a lot of hard work, and a lot of research and careful thought into how they're going to make this Snow White film, because they really wanted to respect the source material. That's what it really looks like, and I really appreciate that. They really did their best. At least that's what it looks like. They really did their best from what they got from the script. Really, the budget was really high. They really put in a lot of money into this. Let's talk about the casting, because when it comes to the upcoming Snow White film coming up next year, the casting is quite controversial. So let's talk about the casting here. I thought the casting here was perfect. They knew exactly what they were going for, and they casted the characters correctly according to the real legend itself. Snow White, skin white as snow, lips red as rose. They casted Kristen Stewart, who was perfect for this role, and the 7 dwarfs were also correctly casted in this film. Also, I'm not really sure if Rachel Zegler is going to play Snow White in the 2024 film, because I heard rumors that somebody else might replace her, that Disney is trying to replace her because of the controversial comments she made regarding the film that's coming up. And let's talk about the acting, because the casting was perfect. So how was the acting? The acting throughout the whole cast was a huge W. Huge W. I felt like each and every character played their role perfectly. They knew what exactly they were doing. They did really well to sell this film, and they did an excellent job. Bravo to all the actors. And certain moments in the film might feel off-putting, or might feel a bit cringe, or might feel like could have done much better. And I wouldn't blame that on the acting, especially this guy. I think this guy needed more credit, because I don't think it was his acting that was bad. I think he did really a good job with the acting. I think it was the script that had the problems, which I'll talk about later. And the set design, again, they spent a lot of money on this, and the set designs look amazing in this film. The places like the kingdom, the village, all these feel really authentic and real. And that's why I think this film really looks amazing, because it's not mainly CGI. It's really authentic and real. It feels built on set. So that's another reason why I think this film looks amazing. Let's talk about the drawbacks. And I think this mainly comes down to one thing, and that's the script. The script was not very good in this film. From character writing to writing important and crucial moments to even inconveniences in the plot of the story. The script of the film failed on so many different levels, and that's mainly the reason why this film was not very well received. Certain character actions and scenes did not make sense either. And look, I understand they're trying to get to a crucial point in the story. They're trying to build up to a really important point in the story. But it shouldn't come in the expense of good writing. Because there's a way to build up certain things, and there's a way not to. Every single thing that happens in your story has to feel believable. And certain things here just doesn't make sense. The CGI and the action were rather disappointing, and I have no idea why, because the set design and the cinematography looks amazing. They spent a lot of money on this film, maybe because they ran out on money while building all these sets, so they couldn't put in more money into the CGI or the actions, because that could be the reason why, I don't know. But overall, it's a great film. It had so much potential, but just that the poor script really ruined this one. If the news about Disney really firing Rachel Zegler was true, I wish they would take Kristen Stewart, who played Snow White in this film, to play Snow White in their film. And I hope they could recast the 7 dwarfs in their film. Oh sorry, not the 7 dwarfs, the 7 magical creatures, as they call it. I hope they can recast them and go back to calling them 7 dwarfs. That's all I have for this video. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe my channel, and see you guys next time. You guys are always the best.